Okay, getting this one right. Let's see how this looks. Okay, going live. Alrighty, so Michael Ajudas here. If you know me, I'm passionate about helping people take control of their health, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. So taking control in your life is such an important thing for all of us, whether we realize that or not. It starts with taking control of our own bodies, our health, and then our wealth. And so I'm someone who has gone through a lot of health issues over the years, specifically with digestion and immune system function. So I've managed to tap in to the body's natural ability to heal itself by giving it what it needs. So that's what I'm passionate about doing, and think of me as a guide to living a healthy lifestyle and finding easier ways to incorporate healthy habits into your life. So I want to talk to you today about that, and really about immune system, your immune system. So a lot of people out there today are wearing a mask to keep themselves healthy, or safe rather, but you know, that's ultimately just a band-aid. The true mask that we have that is already built in is our immune system, right? So when you look at the immune system, basically you've got something called a microbiome, right? So you think about what's in our in our intestines. We have good and bad bacteria. So this is so important to know about. It's something I never knew about. I had no idea why I had upset stomach, I couldn't digest food, why I wasn't absorbing nutrients. And it really comes down to knowing what's going on inside your intestine. So like I said, we have good and bad bacteria. Think of them as two armies, two opposing armies going to battle against each other. The side that has the most on their side is likely to win. And so what happens when your bad bacteria, the bad bacteria, overwhelms the good bacteria? So what happens then is you're going to have a lot more sickness, a lot more tendency to get sick, and a hard time to recover from colds. And that leads to a breeding ground for disease, plain and simple. So bad bacteria harms us, makes us weaker, tends to make us sick, okay? The good bacteria, on the other hand, does the opposite. And so basically, good bacteria is what determines the strength of our immune system. And 80%, up to 80% of our immune system strength can be found in the gut. So what you have to know is you've got a lot of issues to think about. So when you're eating a lot of foods, it comes down to your diet, right? You're eating a lot of meats, a lot of sugar, a lot of dairy, okay? So when that food gets into your gut, what happens to meat? Like, let's say if you just left it out on the table, it starts to rot, it starts to turn rancid, right? That is the idea behind bad bacteria thriving, right? So if meat is rotting, right, that's setting the conditions for these bad bacteria to thrive, okay? And sugar, like I said, dairy, a lot of sweets, a lot of preservatives will contribute to that as well. On the other hand, for the good bacteria to thrive, you need fermented foods. You need foods that, like vegetables, which tend to ferment, right? So when the veggies are inside our body, we get this situation where good bacteria forms, strengthens the immune system, and it's basically a natural probiotic, right? So we've heard about probiotics, and probiotics, all those are is good bacteria. Now you can take a probiotic pill and get it in there, and really that's an awesome idea if you're struggling with how to get your immune system kick-started and your digestion kick-started. So if you want to do that, that's a great idea. Now the idea behind this is you need to take a lot, and it's just one pill, but there's about 25 billion pieces of bacteria in these probiotics. So you got to look for a high level of probiotics as 25 billion or more, because what happens is we're not able to digest that all, right? Some of it passes through us, and some of it dies and does not even reach the intestinal cavity when it needs to be there. So higher the better. That ensures more will reach the gut bacteria, or the intestine rather. So the other thing to really look at is is how much, like I said, how much veggies you're taking, and something called prebiotic. The concept of prebiotic basically just means we're getting something that will eventually turn into this healthy environment, this healthy healthy bacteria. So that comes through fiber. Now, fiber is a big question. Most people do not get enough fiber. The fiber will help facilitate digestion, strengthen that immune system, strengthen the intestines so that you will digest food a lot more. Yeah. And then you will also be able to have regular bowel movements, which, is very important, as you probably are aware. So more of that. And yes, Jesus is here. He's talking about the absorption rate, right? Absorbing the nutrients, right? That's the key, what I was talking about with probiotics. You have to be able to absorb nutrients. You have to be able to absorb the nutrients from the vegetables. If your intestines aren't set up to do that, we're going to suffer, right? So like I said, the probiotics are a great way. Fermented foods. So that's a lot of foods that consist of things like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso soup, Greek yogurt would have that, like a high probiotic count, lots of healthy bacteria is in there. So all of this is good food to get into your body, and of course vegetables in general. But that comes down to your system and how you go about eating every day, right? How do you go about getting vegetables and fermented foods in your diet? Is that hard to do? Is it easy? Do you have an easy system to make that happen? That's the question. So I'm here to help figure that out. And really what I rely on is superfoods. I use Isagenix with superfood shakes. Basically, here's the shakes that I use. And I want to point out something here. There is a soluble vegetable fiber in here that is basically a prebiotic. So the fiber is something that turns into this healthy bacteria down the road. And one shake will have 8 grams of fiber right there, which is a third of your daily recommended need for fiber. So when you get this fiber, when you get the probiotics and prebiotics in your body, you're going to see a huge increase in digestion. You're going to have less upset stomach, less discomfort in your stomach. But the thing about getting fiber, like I said, most people are lacking. So when you get a lot of fiber all at once, you might have some discomfort. So the discomfort, you will get through that, but to avoid it, it's nice to gently raise your fiber consumption. So raising it gently. And like I said, the shakes are a great way to get it into your body, because you're getting not only all of the fiber that you need, but you're getting the vitamins, the minerals, you're getting a balance between carbs, fats, and proteins. So you're getting a full balanced meal in each shake. That's why I use it. It makes everything so much more simple than, let's say, you had to go out to the store, get all these veggies, make sure you use them before they go bad, right? Because we all know we throw away a lot of food. And then, of course, preparing and cleaning up afterwards. And that just makes it super hard, right? It's just a hard thing to build into a busy lifestyle. So that is exactly why I recommend Isagenix, and I help people to build a system that works for their lifestyles and making it so much more simple and saving you time, saving you money. And of course, the results are amazing. I can testify to that. Doing it my own way for a long, long time, it was very stressful, and I learned a lot, and it was great results from it, but I could not always guarantee the quality of the ingredients. And of course, throwing away a lot of food that I didn't use in time was always a big problem. And then finding all the best quality stuff. With Isagenix, I vetted this system, and I know it works amazing. I know countless people who have done that too. So, I just want to point that out. I want to help people to find an easier way to do it. Focus on getting probiotics, fermented foods, the prebiotics, enough fiber into your diet. That is definitely going to boost the immune system via the intestines, and you're going to feel a lot better. And this is the way, guys. This is the way to take control, like I'm talking about. Taking it back, getting off of the medications, not worrying so much if you wear your mask or not. You'll be able to withstand a lot more that life throws at you, because your body is strong and healthy. So that's what I'd love to help you to do. We're also in the midst of an 11-day renew program basically 11 days of cleansing and nourishing the body, dropping a lot of weight, but kickstarting the body into a healthy lifestyle. So it's a perfect time to do it around the holidays, before Christmas, after Christmas, of course, for the New Year's. Let me know if you're interested in learning more about it, how this could work for you, and any questions or thoughts you have. Always appreciate hearing your feedback. And thank you, Jesus. That was awesome feedback today. Jesus pointed out how the absorption rate is something we don't think about. Getting the foods in doesn't mean we actually absorb them. So another great reason to look at probiotics and healthy gut bacteria. Remember, we want the healthy gut bacteria to overwhelm the bad gut bacteria, and it's also going to cut cravings for sugar and bad foods as well, and satiate us. We won't want to eat as much because we're more satisfied. So that's where the intelligence is. It's in the gut. That's the key to taking control of your immune system and starting to take control of your health and your life. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know it went a little bit long today, but we're going to do this more often and keep it short, sweet, and love to hear your feedback and your questions. But hit me up if you want to talk more. Always happy to help. Thank you. We'll see you soon.